And now, from Glasgow.
So hello, welcome to stage 11. This is just going to be a single issue. This is the mouth servo motor mechanism, and the parts that we have today are the mouth servo motor left arm, and we have the part 2, the mouth servo motor right arm. And the way you can tell the difference is you can see that the left arm has 2 posts, or known as male ports, and the right arm is a female. It has 2 holes, and I'm guessing these two are going to connect together like that. We'll see. So piece number 1, piece number 2, piece number 3 and 4 is the left mount bracket, right mount bracket. Now let's see if we can tell these apart. I think this is piece number 4 because we have a tab and we have this raised bit, and then this is piece number 3. So yeah, I believe that's how they go. We then have 6 washers. They're calling them washers this time. These are those half donuts again. So you'll see there I've got one is upside down and one is the correct way round. I think they look like half donuts. There we go. And then lastly we have got 6 screws called FTP, and these are countersink screws, so they're obviously going to go into the washers and they will hide up quite nicely when they're done. See how they'll sit flush. Okay, so what we need to do is take our piece from the step issue 10, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to take piece number 2, which is our female port, the one with the holes in. We're going to be placing that on like that. So this hole there is going to go onto the peg on the end, so that's going to create a pivot point, and then this bit there is going to go on like that, and then we will have 2 of these donuts. One goes on there and the screw goes into there, and we have a second one goes in there and the screw goes in there, and I'm going to take a cut while I screw those in. Okay, so those screws are in, and you can see that it's creating the pivot there, and then as this goes round it's going to move that up and down, which will move this end. So you'll never guess what's coming next. We're going to turn it over. We're going to place this piece, same again, but this time we want to make sure those pegs go into there like so, and it joins there and it joins there. We're going to get 2 of our little donuts and we're going to place those in there, pop a little screw in, and then screw those in. Again, usual rules apply, guys. Only screw until it goes tight, and then just check the fitment. I will see you in a sec when I've screwed those in. Okay, so I've screwed those in, so this is all connected. This is a little bit loose because there's nothing connecting it. I don't think we need to glue it or anything. So now what's going to happen is as these go round, it's going to move both sides up and down. Now when I screwed these in, I've just gone until they're tight. I've then checked the mechanism. I don't want to test it just yet because maybe it needs to be in the correct position. I'm just trusting the process, but that is what I'm left with. It does look a bit, you can see it being a mouth, can't you? Right, so the next step that we want to take piece number 3 and number 4, and I can see that whatever's sliding, you can see it's probably going to be a slider. It wants to go in upside down, so it's going to be flat on the top. Now, it doesn't say anything about screwing them in. They're just going to push in like that, and there's nothing stopping you from pulling them out. But I suspect that once it's in, it's all going to get held down. This side is going to stop this side from falling out and vice versa. So, you know, if you have something like that, it's not going to come out. Right, so what we need to do now is bring across our head. And we're going to be working on the bottom. And now everything is starting to make sense. What's going to happen is we are going to turn this upside down. And we are going to place our mouth mechanism on there like so, and that's going to slide in. Now, how can we tell when this is right? I actually don't know, but what we're going to, in fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. See that screw hole? It's not got the best access to it, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide that back. I'm going to pop our little donut on there, and I'm going to do these one at a time, guys. And I'm just going to pop these screws in just enough so it's kind of touching. I'm not going to screw it in tight. So you'll see, look, the way I've tightened that, it's not tightened in properly. That is on purpose. Then I'm going to place the other side in. I'm going to tighten this almost all the way. In fact, I've actually done it too far on that one, so I'll just back that off a little bit. And then you'll see I've still got the movement. So I'm going to push that all the way back, and I'm just, hopefully with a couple of turns of the screw, that will be in properly. It's just that the access isn't quite there. So I've done most of the screwing with good access and just slid that down a bit, and then it's all good. Right, so the next step then is we are going to test it. So we want to take our wire, we want to take our tester box, and we plug this in. Remember to go red to red, black to black. When I say that, it's a little bit of a Mickey take of myself, because remember when I did the very first test, I actually got the wires round the wrong way. It was the finger, wasn't it? I tested the finger, and the finger didn't work. And the reason the finger didn't work was because I had the connections round the wrong way. Right, so let's see if this works. It does not. Okay, I think something's gone in a bit too tight there. There we go. So I had these a little tiny bit too tight, and it was stopping that motor from working. So if you find that happens, just back the screws off a little bit. There we go. But that is the mouth working. Okay. So look, if you back that, if you tighten that too much, you see it doesn't work. And that motor's probably trying to overheat. So what we'll do, back it off maybe 1/8 of a turn. There we go. So that's going around nicely. Okay, so that I'm happy with. Right, so that's on absolutely fine. And I was right, that doesn't need to be glued in. You'll see that the left side's holding the right side in and so on. on those brackets. Right, so I didn't want to take this off, did I? Because I want to have a little bit of fun now. This is the end of this build, but what I would really like to do, oh, these connections are starting to wear out. They're a little bit cheap, aren't they? Right, so I want to take my ET head. I need to see this working. It needs to see it working. Right, so let's turn the mouse motor on. That is very slow, isn't it? Right, I'm going to back that off a little bit more. There you go, look at that. With that eye expression, I don't really know what to think. Let's open those eyes up, because it just gives him a completely different... That is actually fantastic, isn't it? Now the question I've got, can you see inside the mouse? You can a little bit, can't you? But it works really well. I'm really happy with that. Really happy with that. It's really nice. Anyway guys, so that is the end of that stage. So be careful with over tightening your screws. I didn't over tighten them enough to break the plastic, but it was definitely over tight for the mechanisms to work. So do be careful on that, guys. But yeah, no, I am really happy with this. The only thing is I'm just having to trust the process. Because it just seems a bit the way that the motors are working, but you know, it's fine, it'll work. I know it's all going to be good. Right guys, so the next issue is, they're going to be some quite short issues, and we're going to be building up some more of the framework, and that will be coming in the next issue. So hope you enjoyed this, and I will catch you next time. Have a wonderful week or fortnight. Take care, guys. Bye bye.